Now, today, I was asked by the developers, Bucket Cat Hat, I believe is the name. Let me double check. It was Bucket Cat Games. They asked me to play this game, their demo, for Tale Warden, Riders of the New Day. I'm not feeling all that great today, so I might be lower energy than usual. I also don't know if you can play with a controller with this game. Looks so. Okay, we'll just jump into it. This is a demo of Tale Warden, Riders of the New Day. In this version, we take the player through the very first moments of the game. After that, we skip some content to present the campfire mechanic where you can talk to your companions. Understood. Does every existence have a purpose? Does creation have a purpose? Do you have one? We want to create. We want our story to exist. Will you exist for us, Tale Warden? You are falling. A moment ago, you were in a different place, your home, your room, but now something is dragging you down. We are. Then there is darkness. You wake up gasping for air as something floods your mouth. It's cold and dark and there's pain, but when the liquid floods your vision, the need to fight it, some instinct smolders in you. It takes ages, or seconds. You're not sure anymore. You jerk not to drown and expect more pain, but when you get up, it is gone. You cautiously survey your surroundings. The fear grips you so tightly that you dare to dwell on one thought only. What is happening? You look at your reflection distorted by ripples. You remember. Your name is Uber. We should address you by they, them. What's going on? Where am I? You consider calling for help. Silence reigns here, as if this place lay at the bottom of a forgotten chest. Interrupting this tranquility seems unwise. You decide to... Hello, Dragonborn Vessel. Decide to stay silent? You don't shout. Something or someone you may not favor could answer. You wait for something to happen. You're not even sure what exactly, but this world is deaf to your presence. For now. You push yourself to climb. You're greeted by a hostile desert drenched in a weary sunset. It's an alien world, a dispiteous world. Instinct whispers to you that you are not welcome here, and it's right. Look at the storm, look at the mountains, look at the roads. I'll look at the storm. A dark band of thunderclouds connects the sand in the sky. They curl up with unnatural grace and speed, forming a confined shape as if they're sealed in a glass case. The storm seems to be approaching you. Let me look at the mountain now. You can't tell how far the mountains are, but you fear you wouldn't reach them until the storm reaches you. Besides, you might not be the only one considering the mountains as a shelter. Your last resort would be to hide in a nearby building, but without a roof, it is not very tempting. Pale roots are sticking out from under the sand like the spines of underwater creatures, hard and dry, pockmarked like corals. This. Oh, okay. This is just the history. As you stand in the desert, you feel an inexplicable pressure. It's fear, how could it not be? But partially it's a peculiar sense of being observed. There is no wind and the air is odorless. Your ears ring from the uninterrupted silence of nothingness. Soon the wind rises and the first thunder rumbles in the distance. The storm is getting closer. But storms don't move so fast across the sky, at least not in your world. Did you hide? There's nothing around that can shield you from the storm. The best thing to do is hide in the crater and wait it out. But what if a lightning strikes while you're knee-deep in that liquid? Welcome back! As if mocking you, lightning cuts the sky. You'll risk your chances with the crater. When you listen to the sound of approaching thunder, a new sound catches your attention. The muffled shouts and rustle of sand. Something else is coming for you. You twitch as two riders appear on the edge of the crater. Their mounts are barely visible in the cloud of dust. One figure is holding a crossbow. The other is tilting their head and inspecting the bottom of the crater, as if looking for something. When they see you, they smile in surprise. They both jump off their mounts. We saw you from afar. How brave of you to wander alone in the desert. Could easily be noticed by something other than us. Good thing it was just us. We helped the lost, and the new. And you've drawn the attention of the storm. We better hurry now. The rider gives a nod to his companion. They tie something attached to their saddle. Then they drag it along the sand with one hand while aiming at you with the other. Do you know what's going on here? Where am I? The rider examines you in silence. Then he smiles. You're in the world called Notoria. I am where? There will be time for all your questions soon. You can call me Ghost, and this is Lima. Introduce yourself. My name is Goober. Lima raises their crossbow slightly. Their watchful stare makes you anxious. You feel like vermin caught in a cage you have entered by yourself. Ghost nods, then points to Lima's crossbow as if by boredom. You can hide it for now. Lima glances at him, but follows the order. Ghost gracefully runs down the crater wall, with his hands tucked behind his back. He stops in front of you, studying your attire. He looks barely in his 20s, yet he wears an expression meant for someone older. He exudes doubtless confidence.
Jonas is water just redeemed hydrate.
Hi, Jonas. Thank you for redeeming hydrate. How are you doing? A necklace with a mirror pendant hangs around his neck. In its reflection, something shifts. An image that doesn't belong there. But the scene changes quickly, revealing your face. He nods quickly at Lima and shifts from foot to foot. Despite his smile, he glances uneasily at his companion, then at the sky. Lima slides down after him with a device tucked under their arm. The ease and efficiency with which they move suggests they've done this before. Their jaw is replaced by metal implants, and their eyes are not human nor animal, but are in fact two sparkling lenses. They look at you, not blinking once. Who are you two? We are the residents, but we once fell here just as you did, many, many sunsets ago. Here. Here which is where? Here nowhere. Everywhere. As I said, we call this place Notoria, and we will protect you from it for now. I was up super late streaming Undertale. Ah, you were streaming Undertale. That must have been really fun. Is it your first time? No, this demo was suggested to me by the developer. So I'm playing it. I promised I would play it on Wednesday, so. I remember falling. Am I dead? No, you're very much alive. You cheated death. Cheated? I don't understand. You will soon. We have a few moments to chat now. Look at the roots. I saw those roots on the surface, too. What are they? A keen eye. They resemble roots, so that's what we call them. However, I don't know anyone who knows exactly what they are or what they grow from. They cover most of Notoria. How come they weren't destroyed by my fall? They're completely intact. Notoria has many secrets. Perhaps you will have the opportunity to discover them in the near future. First time in a couple years, but I played it before. I'm practicing to do an Undertale randomizer this weekend, so I needed to refresh myself. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I hope you have a lot of fun doing that. Look at the crater wall. Did I really crash here by a comet? Are you asking because you don't remember falling or because you don't believe it's real? Both. All I remember is something pulling me out of my chair, then the ringing in my ears and the ground coming at me. Really, really fast. Yeah, it sounds like it should be fun. And now we're standing here. I love these character designs, by the way. Me too. They're pretty unique. Lima saw your fall from the observation tower. Your comet, if you will. We came as quickly as we could. So, it's real. Ghost gives you a sympathetic smile. It's more sad than pitying, which makes it seem sincere. You wrap your arms around yourself more tightly. It's been a long time since someone new has fallen. I am glad. Inspect the suspicious liquid. Lima gently lowers the device into the liquid. They remove a syringe-like object from it as its weight causes it to sink to the bottom. A flexible black tube links the syringe to the device, and as Lima pulls the liquid, the canteen gradually fills with a shimmering goo. What are you doing? Gathering special resources. Those resources had almost drowned you a moment ago. Now, however, there is no trace of the liquid on your body or clothes, as if it had been absorbed immediately. You lean over and dip your hand. The liquid flows down your finger. Somehow it's both pristine and thick as honey. What is this thing? Leave it. It won't affect you now. When you lift your fingers, the liquid has completely soaked into your skin. Lima ignores you, and Ghost looks up at the sky. They have no intention of answering you. Yep. Canteen's full. Do we have another? No, I don't travel with more than just one nowadays. I mean, what for? That if only she hadn't shown up, we could return here later. One canteen won't be enough. It has to be. Ghost leans over and pours the liquid into a small bottle he kept in his coat. Uber, we must hurry now, so allow me to make you an offer. You can go with us and we will keep you safe. Or you can stay here and see what fate has to offer. I dare say that would be brave of you. Lightning strikes in the distance. The mounts on the edge of the crater lift their heads and wail. It's almost a human cry. She's coming. He offers you his hand. Let's accept the help. Ghost helps you climb to the surface. Another thunder rumbles across the sky. A warning. The wind hits you and it almost pushes you back into the crater's belly. You hide your faces from the sand and approach the mounts. Don't look Xeris in the eye. You decide to... Don't look at the mount. Good. You'll ride with me. The storm still catches up with you, roaring in rage. You can almost make out words in that wail. As the clouds envelop you, soft feathers drift around. Even with your face covered, you can still feel the sand in your eyes and mouth. You curl up behind Ghost, clutching his coat. The only sounds you hear are the swish of air and the canteen banging against the saddle. Almost there. The mountains, distant until now obscure the horizon and welcome you into their embrace. You're an insignificant speck between giants about to collide. Lightning strikes above you. The mounts jump up violently as the wind tosses sand and metal parts, and something hits your leg. A scrap of metal slices your skin. Your scream is lost in another thunder. As darkness creeps under your eyelids, you notice a fortified gate implanted in the rock wall. Then you faint. Did our wish come true? Can you hear us? You wake up when warm air blows into your nostrils. You open your eyes. One mount leans its head over you, caressing your cheek. You're lying on the ground. Ghost pushes the mounts away and leans over you. His hair peeks out from beneath the hat, all tousled. Dust has settled on his face in clouds. Oh, you're awake. You're trapped within four walls, with a single window next to a pocket door. Someone is watching you from the other side of the glass. The air here is musty, and the smell of metal makes you nauseous. Loud knocks echo against the metal door behind you. Yet, the door remains closed, and only the latch trembles with each subsequent strike. It's the storm. She's trying to come inside, but she won't succeed. She'll get bored soon and leave. Doesn't sound like she's... When you try to stand up, an intense and sudden pain pierces your leg. Be careful now, you've just fainted. And you haven't even lost that much blood. Does this happen to you often? You look down where it hurts. Blood has stained your clothes and seeped into the ground. Please don't panic. Ugh, I hate blood. Run a simplified admission procedure. But, whoops. Where is, how do I see? But Sheriff, they're still bleeding. No. Lima's voice is cold and mechanical. They lean over you, and one of their lenses turns red. A focused beam of light runs over your body. DNA scan reveals they are human. No weapons, no implants. What is the name of your home planet or world? I'm from Earth. Do you have any possessions with you? Why are you asking? It's a part of the procedure. Lima ensures that no one who enters the town poses a threat to our people. If you don't cooperate, I'll have to search you myself, even in this state. Fine, I don't have anything with me. How can you contribute to Cradle Town? You can only focus on the pain. You feel the sand sticking to your wound. The only response Lima gets from you is a grumble through your teeth. Can you fight? Do you have any powers? Any particular skills? Powers? I don't have any powers. I'm just average, a normal person. What were you doing before the fall? I've started the computer. I wanted to play. You a scientist? Technician? Can you control technology or weave data? Weave? No. I just wanted to turn on a video game. And what purpose? Just for fun. I turned on the video game because I wanted to play. A moment later, I woke up in the desert. Lima and Ghost exchanged confused glances. Please take me to a doctor. Our healer is busy now. The silence that falls is piercingly cold. Please. Ghost reaches under his coat. You notice a golden badge hooked onto his belt, right next to the holstered revolver. I approve the assignation. So soon, but Dokomier has to perform the second test. We will continue the procedure later. Ghost ignores them and hands you a small bottle he has filled with a shimmering liquid back of the crater. Pour it on your wound. It'll help. You take the bottle. You can't tell if his words are genuine or if it's a trap. The pain makes the choice for you. Without even rolling up your pant leg, you grab the bottle and pour the liquid over your wound. When the bottle is empty, Ghost takes it and hides it in his coat. It will not heal otherwise. You blink a few times. Your nerves are stunned as much as you are. Your wound has sealed. When you stand up, the pain disappears as if it was never there. What? How is this possible? Lima and Ghost exchange amused glances. Rookie, you only survived the fall because this liquid began regenerating you the moment you hit the surface. We call it Nixa. So it's underground? Not quite. Whenever someone falls, the crater fills with it, just enough to save someone's life. We did dig for it, but never found the source. It's our most valuable commodity and the only natural remedy whose effects you have just seen. We use it as currency in medicine, but each resident of our town can only request the amount of Nixa they are entitled to. You will get your share after you prove yourself useful. That is, if we decide to keep you. How do you even want to help me? We help all who seek refuge. If they abide our laws, we welcome them here and reward them for their work. And where exactly are we? Cradle Town, the safest place there is. The lightning strikes at the door and the sound echoes throughout the room. Even Ghost and Lima step back and the mounts whine. What will happen to me now? You will stay in our town until we resume the admission procedure. We'll provide you with every comfort. Now I am awaited inside. Please follow us. I will take you to the ship. Ship? What about temporary quarters? I want to keep this one close. Lima grabs Xeris's reins, and they both head toward the entrance by the window. The door opens with a buzz. You follow them in silence.
Jonas is water just redeemed. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! You walk through the tunnel. Ghost sets the path before you while Lima watches your back. The mounts follow you calmly. The walls are quite uneven, as if the tunnel has been dug up and sculpted by hand. Several floral bulbs, which have been hung using a string, illuminate your path. You raise your hand to touch them. Yeah, yeehaw, horsey. I wouldn't do that. They can swallow your fingers. Don't touch. Good. Ahead of you, another door emerges from the darkness. Ghost unlocks them with a door control panel, and they slide open. Before you, Cradle Town stands. The air is thick with the warm, comforting scent of wood, blended with a subtle sweetness that's hard to pin down. Strings of lamps stretch between buildings, illuminating the townsfolk sitting on their porches. A few of them turn their gaze to you. Lenses flash and pupils widen. Some twist their necks at unnatural angles to get a better look. This way. Ghost leads you toward a narrow alley. He walks quickly, not bothering to hide his haste. Lima says their goodbyes and leaves, taking the mounts. You stroll down the littered street, discarded cans and crumpled papers strewn across the ground. The writing on the papers resembles magical runes. You can't decipher it. As you walk by a dimly lit porch, a couple sitting in rocking chairs notices you. One of them is missing a nose, and a small indentation on their face emits a puff of smoke. Hey, Sheriff, found us a salvation yet? Takes time. Yeah, so does waiting. Yo-ho, who's that? The other person leans in. Their skin is a deep shade of blue, and is covered with tiny scales. They have fins for ears. Surprise blossoms on their face at the sight of you, and their cheeks blush a warm lavender color. Do not concern yourself with us. Residents immediately look away and indulge in whispers. As I said before, it's been a long time since anyone new arrived. You're sure to catch a few glimpses. As you follow Ghost through the labyrinthine streets, your eyes dart around the houses that line the way. At times, you catch sight of someone's eyes watching you from a window, but they disappear as soon as you look closer. You're not humans? Some residents are, like you and me, but others aren't. Are you disturbed by people who are different from you? Of course not. Besides, they aren't my biggest concern at the moment. You're not interested in who we are, but rather why we're here. Believe me, I wish I knew that too. Have you all fallen here the same way I did? Yes, we all did. Tomorrow we'll finish the admission procedure, and I'll introduce you to townsfolk and show you around. Why not now? Now I have other duties to attend to. Here we are. You leave the tangle of alleys onto the starship. It seems as if the starship collided head-on with the mountain. While some of its walls have been patched up with metal scraps, the cockpit is completely destroyed. It leans against the wall in a slight curve, unfit for any use other than accommodation. Is this a real starship? Did someone crash it here? How lovely to see someone startled by our town. Yes, the ship has fallen here with one of the residents. Town's creator, to be precise. Now it's home to me and my subordinates. If you ever need to visit a clinic, it's in the building on the right. There's a passageway that runs directly through the ship and leads right to it. So you do have a doctor here. Not only Nixa? We have a healer. She treats minor injuries. For more severe wounds like the one on your leg, we turn to Nixa. You approach the starship. Ghost clicks something on the panel next to the pocket door, which, after a moment, slides open. Ghost leads you into a corridor, illuminated by fluorescent lights on the ceiling. He gestures for you to go on, and as you do so, something flashes at the end of the hall. A mirror on slightly crooked legs with a golden frame. A crack spreads across the mirror like a scar, cutting your reflection in half. Why would anyone put it there? Your cabin is on the right. The sound of accelerated footsteps interrupts him. Someone is running through the corridor toward you. Ghost? It's the woman. She... Oh no. Oh, I accidentally skipped past that. Oh no, take me to her. Before running away without any explanation, he reaches under his coat, his hands slightly shaking. Goober, I will meet you in your cabin later. Take my journal and study town's map. Don't wander anywhere. They run down the corridor and turn left to the clinic. You're left alone. Fluorescent lights buzz quietly above your head, and you stare at your crooked reflection. More and more questions form in your head. Before you fell, you switched on a game you played many times before. Everything else is a blur. What happened back there? Someone do this to you? You ponder the faint memory of someone's voice as you are falling. As you stand quietly, a creeping sensation starts to take over once again. You tense up at the feeling of someone staring at you, perceiving you. Maybe it's your reflection, or maybe someone is peering at you from their room. You shiver. With ghosts gone, you can either comply and stay in your cabin, or disobey him and explore Cradle Town. You acquire a journal. The journal tracks mysteries and character information you gather in all items you found. To open the journal, click on the icon in the upper right corner. Understood. If you are able to explore the area, the journal with the map will automatically display. From there, you can select the destination you wish to travel to. We wonder what you will discover. Go to my cabin. Are you sure? Going to the cabin will end your first sunset. Yes, I am. You find your cabin ready to rest. The door next to you opens slightly. Something stirs in the distance. Darkness. It mumbles. You freeze and listen. A clap. Then a sharp snap as if something is being ripped apart. You open the door to your cabin. You've completed the first half of Act 1. After the events in Act 1, you'll be sent to the surface to find the notorious Riders of the Night. They'll be your companions throughout the game. Understood. Now we'll introduce the campfire, a major mechanic that begins in Act 2. For this demo, conversations have been shortened. Understood. Hover over the character you want to talk to. You can talk to all of them or skip the campfire altogether by clicking on the fire. Engaging in conversations will increase your affection, which will have big impact on your story. Understood. Will you join the riders or will you rest? Daedra sits before their tent, Zohan and the poet in front of them, keeping their distance. Don't worry, kiddo, it's nothing. Of course it's just a book. Books, after all, happen to get torn apart all the time. It's just that this particular one was important, very important, and what happened? The poet found Daedra in his and Finch's tent. They were tearing pages out of his book. And I say that nothing happened. The kid just ripped out a few pages and ate them. Oh yes, they do that sometimes. Was that book important? No, it's ancient history. Come on, Mr. Poet. We'll write a poem with this twig in the sand, and you'll feel much better. When they leave, Daedra pats the ground right next to them and waits for you to sit. While they are looking ahead at the campfire, their other pair of irises is pointed at you. Dead, forgotten. What are you talking about? Ask about the writers. What do you think of them? Remorse, desperation, ennui, longing. Are you talking about someone specific? And what do you think about me? No, paper. I don't have any paper right now. Paper. Great. Ask about Notoria. Old, very old. Kept us satisfied, but more hungry now. Why? The planet's hungry? Partially. It tries, but fails. It dries out. Everyone tried, but failed. They dry out too. Can you explain it more? Please try to use simple words for me. Daedra wrinkles their forehead and begins to wriggle. They want to explain. They want you to understand. Their eyes shift. Their mandibles twitch. Daedra, I'm sorry. I won't brag again, okay? Need paper now. You don't have anything else to talk about. Talk to Battis. As you approach Battis, the fire casts dancing shadows on her, causing her tattoos to seem as if they are in motion. She leisurely takes a drag from her cigar, exhaling a cloud of smoke. The gentle scent of rain follows her. Her eyes dart around sharply, constantly searching, constantly watchful. Battis extinguishes her cigar against the sole of her shoe and stands in front of you. Ahoy, what do you want? I'd like to talk to you. Let's hear it. Can you tell me something about yourself? Ask about her tattoos. They're not tattoos. These are marks left by greedy hands. If you look closely, you'll notice the lines of fingers. See? Haunting, aren't they? Someone did this to you? Maybe someday I'll tell you more, if I like you. They are somewhat beautiful. To the people back in my land, they were a sign of heresy. They looked at them the same way you do now. It's hard for me to judge whether you are proud of them or hate them. Sometimes I'm not sure myself. Ask about the world she's from. My world. It's been a long time since I thought about it. I don't remember many things anymore. However, I certainly remember how it was diversified. The war-tainted subworld and the upworld of hills high above the ground, between which one could only travel by cloud ships. I doubt you can imagine their horror and beauty. Ships gliding through the sky, cities built on the peaks of the lonely Dagger Mountains, abandoned monasteries where stolen dragons were auctioned off, and storms, many, many wild storms. I traveled on a cloud ship. There were times when we hadn't set foot on solid ground for months. What times they were. Maybe one day I'll share a few sailor tales with you. Storm. You know how a predator stalks its prey, searching for it by broken twigs and puffs of scent? Storm does the same with me. She follows. She waits. She never gives up. I thought she was following all of you. Us, yes. She follows us. That's exactly what I said. Battis does not want to talk about this now. I'll let you rest. Battis nods goodbye to you. Talk to Zohan. Zohan sits on the ground, her legs stretched out in front of her, her dress folded up. You notice that both of her legs are hoofed, but one of them is a metal prosthesis with tiny mechanisms attached to the sides. A single branch snaps and sends sparks flying in all directions. Sit! Every single spark seems to find its way to Zohan, and they bounce off her prosthesis. She jumps up, precariously shaking off her dress and bumping into you in the process. Oh, what brings you to me? I wanted to talk. Lucky me, what's up? Her voice carries a subtle hook, leaving you to question whether her smirk reflects sincerity or hints sarcasm. Can you tell me something about yourself? Her mantle. I made it in my homeland. It used to be a blanket, but it shrank. Or maybe I got bigger? Maybe both? You can sew? No, but I craft and I do art. At least I did when it was fun. Now it's not fun? It's mad now. I don't have any inspiration. Besides, what would I do with another teddy bear made from old shoes? I can't take it with me unless it's useful, and my art was never useful. Anyway, my mantle is made from yarn. It's very important for you to know when you want to know me because I'm a vegetarian and I wouldn't wear animal skin. But I bite something non-vegetable if someone would want to steal my mantle. We Ors have very strong feelings about our properties and very sharp teeth. Looks cute on you. I know, it's Notoria's latest trend. Ask about predicting future. I heard that you can predict the future. How come you didn't predict that you'll meet me? It doesn't work like that. Wait, who? Oh, right, Ghost told you that. I don't predict the future. I can only glimpse into the possibilities. So you can predict the possibilities with the dice? I saw you using them. Are they magical? No, far from it. They're unlucky. In my world, I once snuck into the town to see a play. I loved it. In fact, I loved it so much that I leaned too hard on the railing and broke it. I stole that broken plank and ran away. Later, I made dice from it. So no magic, only bad luck. Or good luck. Depends on how you look at it. And that's all you have to know. Zohan does not want to talk about this now. The world she's from. My world? Phew, what a heavy topic. I'm from a small mountain village. If someone ever named my world, the tale of it didn't reach us. What was it like there? Peaceful, boring. I'm an Or, a shepherdess from a clan that raises for wool. Do you know what a sheep is? I do. Then imagine a sheep almost 2 meters tall, with a long snout and funny fur. That's what ooms are. And oh, they can sing. Sheep don't do that, right? So in conclusion, it was quite boring, though the singing was nice. And you? Where are you from? I'm from Earth. Is it peaceful there? Far from it. No wonder you don't have ooms. Come to think of it, I do remember little from those days. Just a few events, the important ones, you know. The moments in between are almost as if they didn't exist at all. Her voice carries a subtle hook, leaving you to question whether her smirk reflects sincerity or hints sarcasm. I'll let you rest. We slate this conversation. Welcome to the herd. Talk to the poet. The poet sits in the company of Finch. The robot and the statue gesture to each other. The poet's laugh is slightly distorted, yet sincere, almost boyish in its cheerfulness. You don't want to disturb them, but the robot glances in your direction and waves invitingly. Yeah, howdy, Goober. How glad I am that you joined us. Our level of familiarity requires us to get to know each other better to determine if we like each other. That's why I'm here. I think I wanted to talk to you. With me? What a pleasure. Can you tell me something about yourself? His skills. My lens provides something similar to X-ray vision and a thermal scanner. These have many applications, from weapon identification, field scanning, to lie detection. But you asked about my skills. Oh, I excel in anthropology. This knowledge was provided to me after I was taken from my farm planet and introduced to a new software system along with a different directive. When I fell here, my